Hi, everyone. It's Don Sanders here, and I'm so thrilled that you tuned in today. And we're going to try to learn today how to use positive parts of AI to sell more orders. If you don't use AI correctly, it can be a disaster. If you use it properly, it is a godsend. So that's what I'm going to try and talk to you about today. But first, let's thank all of our sponsors that make these webinars possible. Snugs is one of them. Southern Plus, Vantage, Sunjoy, Alexa Spring, Bensel, and Logo Mats are shown on the screen in the original ad. Then we have Showdown, Ad Capital, Golf Promotions, Innovation Line, Custom Clips. This is a new supplier to me. I've known them forever. They do really great imprinted clips. Crystal D, so good at awards, Burlacamp, and Trainer, who I gave my second order in this industry to. With that said, let's talk about AI. You know that artificial intelligence is not new. There was an internet butler, Ask Jeeves, 30 years ago, which really started the first AI used. And here's a little video about the original Ask Jeeves commercial.
What's a good fly to catch a rainbow trout on? A Zug bug is a splendid choice, sir, but I prefer a Mr. Rubberneck. Introducing Jeeves, the world's first internet butler. Just type in your question, and he promptly finds the answer. Hey, Jeeves, what are the symptoms of hypothermia? Mental confusion, shivering, and a total loss of feeling in the legs, sir. Got a question? Ask Jeeves at ask.com.
I just think that's amazing that they're trying to make it look like this is something kind of new, but this concept has been around for a while. So I just thought that was, from a historic standpoint, was pretty interesting. Now, here is Custom Clips on the screen right now. This is a supplier that's been around that I bet you don't know much about. They do imprinted clips that you can use in any office setting to corral papers, clip things that you need to keep together. And one great thing they have is they will do an absolute free spec sample for you. And there's a card to the left, this free spec sample offer. And Dick Radis, who owns that company, if you'll just email him or call him, he will do a clip for you at absolutely no charge, and you can show this to your customer. There's no better way to sell orders than showing an actual product with a customer logo. Now, one of the biggest problems that I have with AI is bots. I hate bots. Bots will not take you where you want to get. And the reason I'm wound about this is I fell for the cars in a box routine with Carvana. I wanted to buy a little Buick GTX with about a couple of years on it at a little used car. And you know what? The bots took me all the way to the point where it had my appointment made to go pick up the car. And when I got out there, the human being I finally dealt with said, "Oh, Don, your car won't start. We had to send it to get a new alternator." Well, I didn't want to buy a car that I couldn't even pick up on that day, so I just forgot about Carvana and ended up buying the car from CarMax. But the bot could not get me down to the close, and the human being was not in control of the bot. Pretty crazy. Now, let's talk about Vantage. If you talk about sewing, I've known Rob Watson, who runs Vantage forever. That embroidery detail they've got of that dog there, no one in this industry can do that detail. Vantage is absolutely wonderful for decorating, and they also do customer stores. And I'm also going to talk to you about some lookbooks from Vantage. I just pushed these suppliers on you because they're ones I think you need to know, and they are the ones on my website, or these webinars are the tops in the industry. Now, let's stay away from over-promising AI services. You look at that mess on the screen right there. Here's 6 claims. A voice AI agent. Well, that's not going to work, because that's the same thing I had with my CarBot thing. Send 1,000 personal emails and videos for $97. How many of those do you think is going to be opened up? And who do you know is opening them? I don't want to do business with anybody. Here's one down here, cold caller virtual assistant. That's a bot calling. That's not a person. It cannot determine human interaction. Stay away from this mess. It's expensive, and all it'll bring for you are crummy, bad leads. Now, here's Crystal D to the right. They do absolutely wonderful awards. The wow factor is what they're now going for. I'm going to show you a little video about how cool they are in a minute, but they will also do I have a virtual sample offer for them, which I'll make you aware of how to get in a minute, but this is just a really great supplier. I talk about Trainer in these webinars every time. I've known Trainer for, good grief, 35 years since I've been in this business. They have a no charge for sample month. Every month they will send you an actual sample of one of their products, and napkins, cups, color changing cups, imprinted plates, etc. Chantel T at trainergraphics.com. You can email her. She'll send you the link. When you click on it, it'll say Trainer Sample the Month Club. You fill that out. They don't bug you. They won't come after you. They won't pester you to death. They'll just send you a free sample of product and tell you how to sell it every month. This costs you nothing. It is a great deal for ideas to show your customers. Now, the way you stay unique by comparing yourself with others is limiting the use of AI. Here's another thing. ChatGPT was created by OpenAI in 2018, and the second and third versions were released in 2022. So this has been around. It's just not a new thing. It's just been kind of worked on and changed. Don't go full with ChatGPT. When you get what it's got to say, then edit it and send it in a more concise method is the best way I can explain that. Free sample, free die charge from Trainer on the screen. Sunjoy, who I buy all my electronics from. They don't sell bad products. They're absolutely wonderful. And Southern Plus, Greta Adams is a friend of mine, owns that company. They're absolutely the best supplier in this industry for outdoor products. I do not use AI to qualify prospects. I don't want to sell prospects who don't have any money. AI cannot come up with prospects for you off those services that you could sign up for, because they can't tell if someone pays their bills on time. They cannot tell, say, if that person is requiring bids. I do not sell customers that need bids. I do not fill out company bid sheets, et cetera, et cetera. I sell people in a personal manner. Do not be associated with cheap buyers that AI is going to bring you. You do not want to sell that character on the screen right there, looking at everything on that price tag. When price is brought up, get away from people like that. You're only going to get lousy prospects by these AI services to get you more business. There is Sunjoy on the screen right there, and Crystal D again. Now, Quickie is another supplier I talk about. The reason being is they have been around since, I believe, 1948, when they invented the quick coin, which you see there on the left-hand part of the screen. That's the little product that everybody remembers. Quickie still makes that product in these really cool neon colors. In fact, it's so unique. It was PPAI's product of the century. And I'm showing the little event magnets or event products that Quickie is pushing now. Every day, and it seems like there is a national day of something. There was Drive-In Movie Theater Day on June 6th, National Hot Dog Week, National Hot Dog Day, Car Appreciation Day, Safer Workplace Day. These are great little products that Quickie has developed for these special occasions. In fact, you can take Carvana and make these kind of little images yourself. Not Carvana, one of the artwork, I shouldn't say Carvana, I got that car thing on my mind. There's several artwork services that you can hire in a very reasonable manner to help you make these if you want to totally customize them. If you'd like to have the ones that Quickie has, it can send you samples. It's info@quickie.com. Now let's talk about samples that really sell orders. Now I talk about Pen Machine in every one of my webinars. They are absolutely wonderful. Pen Machine will do an actual sample of a product for you at no charge. If you will send them a logo send it to michael@penmachine.com, he will do an actual sample of a lapel pen. A lot of people don't know, but there's about 20 lapel pen different choices of the way you can do them, from die struck, die cast, photo fill. There's just a lot of them, but you can pick out the type of pen you want. Michael will help you do that, and he'll do an actual sample for you. And I'm telling you, 65 to 70% of the time, when we show a product sample to a customer, they buy on the spot. Now, here's a free spec for Crystal D. That's sales@crystal-d.com. If you want to take advantage of this one, This is worth up to $100. It's crystal-d.com. There's the phone number. Todd Phillips, my friend that runs this company, is just a wonderful person. And the spec samples that they'll do for you, they will get you orders. Now here I'm back to custom clips, custom clips, doing a free spec for you. There's the information, 262-387-9921. Dick will do you a free sample and send it to you, and he will not bug you to death either. This is a great thing to take to a customer. I guarantee if you do that, you will get orders on products by taking advantage of these free product offers. Now, avoid suppliers who use bots in customer service. That means you don't want to deal with a supplier who does like Carvana with these stupid bots. Here are 5 suppliers that I know. Quickie, Trainer, Showdown, Southern Plus are 4 of them, and Alexa Springs, and they all is another one. And they all have human beings that answer the phone, that are experienced and knowledgeable. Do not get caught in a bot mess with these hedge fund companies that don't have live customer service people. If you do, you're going to regret it. It cannot read your mind. It cannot tell you what you want to do. Those people they're not people, they're bots. So stay away from bot customer service with hedge fund suppliers. Now you need to understand current customer emotions when communicating with them. You never know when you send an email or call somebody, when they don't get back to you, it freaks you out. It freaks me out because I immediately start thinking that they've started buying from somebody else or I did something wrong. And I got real freaky about this about 2 weeks ago about my longtime customer for 30 years was not getting back to me. And I thought, oh my God, Joel's gone and buying this stuff now from somebody else. Well, it turned out he had a death in the family, and that's why he was not responding to my text. Came back, and then I got an order out of him. You never know why a customer is not responding. So think it out before you get wound about, oh, they're not calling me back, this and that, because you never know what's going on in that person's life. Now, I talk about Innovation Line in these webinars. Every month they have a different product. Chris Hodge is my friend at Innovation Line. Here's his email at the bottom. They have plush. They have the cutest little bears. You got to admit that bear is darling right there. If you'd like to have a sample of that bear, you can email Chris, and he will be happy to get one. I'll show you how to get one. But they make plush, and distributors ask me all the time, Don, who do I buy plush from? And a lot of these plush companies, they come and go, but Innovation Line has been around, and they're not going anywhere. Darling product to show to your customers. Now let's talk about bottled water. And a lot of these bottled water companies are affected by AI. They have scripts written by AI telling you why you should buy their bottled water over spring water. Now you see all those companies up there. There's Mountain Valley, Hilden Water, but the worst is Voss. Voss is nothing but a big hunk of glass with water in it. It's purified water. It's not spring water. You're buying a big hunk of glass. That's a one-use thing. I went to the PPAI show last January, and Voss had water there, and the water tasted okay, but I was not going to lug around that big old glass bottle with me. That's a gimmick trying to get you to buy a bottle and not a product. Fiji water is kind of come and gone as far as popularity, but Evian the same way. But Alexa Springs is in Mount Ida, Arkansas. They have spring water. They are selling you water in plastic bottles, and I'm going to talk to you about why that's better than aluminum in a minute. They have no gimmicks necessary to sell their water. Their water tastes better than any water in this industry. Brian at alexasprings.com if you'd like to have samples. There's a column price coupon on the screen, and right there is a pallet of water, which I didn't really know what a pallet of water looked like for a long time, but that's 2,100 bottles of water is a pallet. Don't get fooled by big hunks of glass bottles being the way to drink water. Now, I create product videos all the time, and I use them and send them to my customers. I don't let AI create these for me. I do them myself through YouTube or through iMovie. Now, here's one that was created by Claw Promotions, short to the point, and tells you about their different athletic products. easy to do. That ran about 20, 25 seconds. That's the length of videos you should send to customers created by you, not by AI. If you'd like to have a sample of any of those products you just saw from Cloth Promotions, Scott Opper, Opper's not in there in his email, but Scott at clothpromotions.com. I've known him forever, and they will be happy to send you samples. And here's a great coupon on the screen right now for $50 off the setup. And I have used Cloth Promotions since they came in the industry about 18 years ago. So there's a great coupon for them, great supplier, and they have great little videos to send out. Now, you need to promote yourself on Snapchat and TikTok. I had never done it myself on TikTok or Snapchat, but right there on the left is my accentuated photo that I ran through an editing thing, and I posted that up on my Snapchat account, and you cannot believe how many of my contacts are on Snapchat. I didn't think they would be, but I have bonded with a bunch of people on Snapchat, and I bet you have never even thought about doing that. It helps you connect with people. Again, right here's our free spec sample offer from Custom Clips. Please take advantage of this. I will get in trouble if you don't, but I'm honestly trying to help you with that product because it's a great little item. Now, I bought it on Snapchat with Brandon Brown. There he is right there in the middle of that screen with his two darling children at a Utah football game. He likes the Utes. I went to TCU. They're both in the Big 12. And we are really good friends of football. And I got that from the fact that I saw him on Snapchat. Now, a really cool thing that Snuggs has is I bet you didn't know about, or they'll do custom pajamas. They're running on the screen right there. All you have to do is buy one pair of pajamas. What an odd product this is, but so creative. Great to sell to tour guides and for people that do planning for cruises. Leave these in the rooms during a cruise, and people will wear them. Customer care at snugsyusa.com. If you'd like to know about how to get some pajama samples, and really the minimum quantity is only one. Now I'm going to talk to you about wowing clients with Crystal D Awards. This is the cutest video. I saw it for the first time at the ASI show in Chicago, and I swear this is exactly how Crystal D will make your customers feel. Oh, I missed that. I'm sorry. I'll come back and play it. I'll see if I can go back. Okay, I can't get back on that. I messed that up. I wanted you to see that so bad. So when we get finished with this is not an imperfect thing. I will send you the YouTube video to the Crystal D thing. It's just so wonderful. Now let's talk about American-made products going forward. Imported products will always be problematic. So I buy from American-made suppliers, and one of the greatest ones is Burlacamp. They do motorcycle kickstand pads, they do sheriff's badges, and they do custom magnets. I bet you didn't know that Burlacamp does magnets, but they are all American-made. They're up in Ohio. My friend Ken Burlacamp runs Burlacamp, sales at burlacamp.com. If you would like to have samples of their American-made products. Here are tariff-free USA-made products from Ad Capital. I've talked about Ad Capital all the time. These are little flyers that I had made up with the logo for my webinars on products from Ad Capital. These shoe covers are great, little flags. How about prayer cloths for churches? Aprons, hot pads. I bet you've never sold hot pad as a marble counter saver. Instead of selling it to grab pots and pans, put it on a marble counter and lay a hot pad on it, and it will protect your counter from that hot pad. And Ad Capital also does American-made bags. Sales team at adcapital.com. Here's another supplier I met. I'm just showing you these because these are great little companies that I pick up. This is Form Graphics. It's been around for a good 30, 35 years. They make custom buckets and metal buckets in America. They're so good quality. You can get a sample, you can get a spec. If you'll email Terry at formgraphicsinc.com. I met her, she's a lovely person. This is an American-made company, and the one thing about it is internet sellers never, ever connect with people because they don't see human beings. When you go to shows and you meet people in person, you get a different perspective of them, and you can learn how to sell their products. This is a great supplier that I just thought you needed to know about. Now, if you want to update your contacts and prospects, update them in real time with Seamless AI. This is artificial intelligence at its finest. Instead of calling people, trying to find out who the contact is to sell in a company, you can go on Seamless AI, put in a company, it will tell you every bit of the contact information you need. It is accurate up to the date, to that date. If you're trying to buy mailing lists from companies that sell them, those mailing lists are already 35% inaccurate because they're old and they sell the same old list to everybody over and over again. But you don't have to worry about that with Seamless AI. Here's Bensel, I love on the screen, Trainer again. There's Burlacamp, Cloth Promotions, Alexa Springs, and Sunjoy. I buy all my power banks, wireless chargers except Sunjoy, and they do a wonderful, wonderful job. Now, really, is boxed water eco-friendly? This is all really important because this is the water gimmick thing where they're all trying to get you to buy water from a different reason than why you should drink the water, which is for good taste. This boxed water was $7 a piece at the Hyatt up in Chicago last year. And I cannot believe it. That box right there is trying to make it look like that's a recyclable box. But boxed water containers cannot be recycled. That's got purified water in it, which is not spring water. That means it was in a toilet. I get wound up about this water because there's so much misinformation about it. Don't sell your customers boxed water or anything with these expensive containers. You can buy spring water in plastic bottles, more recyclable than boxed water. And Alexa Springs ships from 7 different locations in this country. Now, sell AI-related products that work as stated. I've showed this video before for Cloth Promotions. It's really a crude thing for having information on a wristband. You can scan it. It will. You scan the information. It'll take you to different events when things are going to be set up in on a cruise, etc. And here's how the technology works. Scott at clothpromotions.com if you want a sample of an oodle band. It's a little bit over my head, but that's the kind of stuff you need to be out selling in a computer-driven world. Now, I'm talking about these cold call email services. This Wing service is as much as $1,799 a month. And they claim they send out 10,000 emails for you, but who in the heck are they really sending them to? The leads that you get from some mess like this would not be any good. I think this is so misleading, but to make it not so misleading, I'm going to show you a really cool product from Bensel, which is their Smash line. It's the brightest flashlight I've ever seen in my life. If you'd like to have a sample of it, it's Carla Madlock. It's C Matlock at Bensel.com, and here's a $25 off an order coupon for them. This is a really cool product. It really is. And remember, don't pay $1,800 a month for somebody to send a bunch of dadgum emails out for you. Now, let's talk about LinkedIn. What I do is every time I meet somewhere, I either try to get them to like me on Facebook or their LinkedIn account, etc. So anytime I go anywhere and I meet somebody, I try and get them on the spot to connect with me with LinkedIn. If I cannot at that point, I'll try and send them an email or whatever, a text to try and get into their LinkedIn account. Same with Facebook. And I always add a little personal note that says, Mark told me to send you a request because he's known you for 21 years or whatever it is. And I get a really high success rate of people joining my LinkedIn account by personally sending them invitations. I know this sounds difficult, but it's not. And one thing that Trainer has is they have any kind of reusable cup you want, plastic cups, stadium cups, color changing cups. They have reinforced paper cups. If you want some cup samples, Chantel T at trainergraphics.com. Second supplier I sold an order for in this industry way long ago. Now, what I do is I use Grammarly, and I use Grammarly to edit what I do on ChatGPT or one of these services. So Grammarly cuts down contact instead of increasing it. If you run something through AI at 40 words, it's going to amplify it out to 70 words, thinking that more words are better. If you're going to sell, you've got to get to the point and use less words. So if you're going to use AI correctly, use it, get it up, and then edit it through Grammarly. Grammarly will give you the proper diction. It is smarter than AI. And what it does is it will make what you're sending out more readable and to the point, and will get you orders faster than these long, drawn out, winded proposals. Free spec sample again for custom clips. I'm sorry I'm talking about so much about them, but I'm excited about that supplier. Now, become an Apple seller now. I talk about how Sunjoy has Apple products in every one of my webinars. If you'd like to know how to sell Sunjoy products, Apple products, Bella at sunjoy.us. They have iPads, they have earbuds, they have trackers, they have headphones, they have Apple TV, they have any type of device from Apple that you need. All you have to do is email Bella and say, Bella, Sanders told me that you could help me sell Apple products, and she will send you the information on how to become an Apple seller. This gives you really, really good credibility and makes you notable. So sell Apple products as a way to also get customers for other products as well. Now let's talk about aluminum bottle pushers. Now this is really important. I'm not going to talk about water again, but like this Path water has come out. Nothing wrong with Path water, but what are we selling here? We're selling sparkling premium water. Again, this was toilet water reprocessed through a water treatment plant. That bottle might look cute, but what they're selling here is you're supposed to use that bottle over and over and over again, which I doubt people will do that very often. But those bottles are made out of bauxite. Bauxite comes from strip mining. Right there is strip mining in the rainforest. Then the bauxite has to be shipped to America, the country, to US. Then it has to be made into aluminum, which takes more energy than any plastic bottle, and it is harder to recycle metal aluminum than it is plastic. So plastic is easier to make, easier to recycle. Don't fall for this. These companies are selling you containers. That container right there is made out of bauxite, and that's where you get bauxite, is by strip mining. Never let anybody tell you this is more eco-friendly than plastic, because it is not. And there's a skip a column coupon right there for Alexa Springs. Sorry, I'm getting wound up about this bauxite. Brian at alexasprings.com if you'd like to have spring water samples. Now, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Product Month right now. Get out. You can run something up through AI, then edit it in Grammarly about the selling pitch on pink products, and then use this great Southern Plus flyer as part of your presentations with all the pink products they have. You can get samples of pink products from order entry at southernplus.com. And one of the coolest products I think you can show your customer are these pink umbrellas. And when they get wet, the logos come out. So in that pink umbrella, you can't see a logo. When it gets rained on, the logo appears. I think this is totally, totally cool. Everybody is aware of October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Take advantage of it by showing these products to your customers. Now, I'm telling you, a way to find new customers is to go look for permits through ChatGPT or through that any of these services, and find out permits for new bars and restaurants. That way, you know when a bar and restaurant is going to go into a location. I mean, you can drive by there and see that they're in there remodeling a building, but get there and try and talk to the owner before they get to that point by learning when they're going to open, and go sell them mats. Every bar, every restaurant needs mats for their restrooms. They need mats for their floor, and they need channel mats to put on bar counters to keep them dry. This is a huge market. There's a coupon right there for 5% off on logo mats. M. Wadsworth at logomatsllc.com. Miles will send you a sample kit from Logo Mats, but use these services to find out when permits are made and when a new business is going to be opened up, and be the first one there to call on them before your competitors get there. Now, I bond with sympathetic customers by selling Wounded Warrior products every day. This thing is a thing to me. I give the Wounded Warrior program money every month because I feel dreadful about what some of these service people are coming back from Iraq, Afghanistan. They are so messed up. And Snugs has a great program going with Base Camp, which is Wounded Warrior products. They have the most high quality products like drinkware, hammocks, backpacks, etc. And this is a great little short video about the guy, and he'll tell you why he believes in the Wounded Warrior program.
I'll never forget the day that my life was changed forever. Boom. And I woke up the next morning on Ward 57. So in walks two of the founders of Wounded Warrior Project with a backpack. And on the backpack was a logo of one warrior carrying another. And that was the first time that I'd ever even considered the possibility of not being stuck in that hospital bed forever. I know that the work that Wounded Warrior Project does wouldn't be possible without support from amazing companies like the folks that make Base Camp.
That should motivate you to go out and sell like-minded people. If you find people that also believe in the Wounded Warrior program and they know that, you're going to likely be able to sell them more because you will have bonded with them over a cause they like. Just like people that work at the SPCA and for volunteer things. I've met more customers and bonded with people over causes that I've worked. This is a great thing. You should email customercare@snugzusa.com and ask them how to get Wounded Warrior samples. I believe wholeheartedly in this because I really believe that our veterans have gotten a bad time, and I think it's a great way to be able to help them. There's the email address to learn about it, and I just would encourage you to take advantage of that. Now, you need to control cheap AI product sellers. A lot of AI people that are using those services will put in there and come up with the cheapest product they can to outbid someone else. Well, let me tell you, if you want to deal with that kind of mess of people always selling you cheap stuff, you go out and sell high quality stuff. Snugs now has 3M Post-it notes. I sold 3M Post-it notes a long time ago. They are superior to any note made in this industry by any knockoff company for one reason: the adhesive is the best there is. They will stick where these other ones will not. Don't fall for bogus AI companies pitching inferior products. Call call Snugs or email customercare@snugzusa.com and they will send you 3M Post-it note samples. Stop cheap sellers by selling quality. That way, if somebody comes back and says, well, you're higher on the notes, you say, well, I am selling you a note that sticks. Those ones you're wanting, they fall off. That's the best pitch I can make on selling quality products. Now, here are my Vantage lookbooks. I love Vantage. It's one of the greatest suppliers in the industry. They have several different lookbooks. Like on the screen right there, they've got one for athletic stuff. They have this Bernie line. They have Polo by Ralph Lauren. They have Redwood Classics. They've got a whole line of safety gear down here to the right. Email sales@vantageapparel.com and say, can you send me the links of the lookbook Sanders talked about? This costs you nothing. They will send you the links, and you start forwarding these links in text, emails, and any way you can to your customers, and I guarantee you will be getting orders. Vantage is now voted the #1 decorator apparel company in the industry. That's not by me, that is by PPAI. They do embroidery, sequin embroidery, laser applicating, spring printing, tech patches, dye mold transfers. They do everything that you need to be able to look professional. Now let's talk about a unique little product. We're almost through with the webinar, so please stay with me, but this is so interesting. If you've bought, when I went through my Carvana thing, I got my little Buick, there's its screen after a week of punching on that to make changes. Look how dirty that screen is. It's nasty. So what I did is Ad Capital has taken their Star Chamois product and made it into an Apple screen cleaner. It will make your screen clean, just like you're seeing right there. And this is a great item to sell to any vehicle dealer for Winnebagos, for cars, anybody who needs cleaning and they need it right. Sales team at adcapital.com for a sample. And your customers, I guarantee, have never seen this product because it just came out. Show new things. And I have to tell you about Ad Capital and their screen printing. They do one-off screen printing on a one-screen process. And like that Arnold Schwarzenegger right there, that's a one-off screen. It has absolutely perfect printing. And this is what Ad Capital can do for you, sales team at adcapital.com. And a thing that people don't know is that Ad Capital also makes American-made safety vests. You sell those to safety programs, bar safety programs, school crossing guards, you name it. You can get samples of those and t-shirts from sales team at adcapital.com. Now, let's talk about selling tailgating products. Showdown, which I love as supplier, they have every kind of tailgating product you need, from tents. They have grills now, coolers, chairs, table colors, games for tailgating. And they're one of the few sample catalogs, the few suppliers in the industry that have printed catalogs. info@showdowndisplays.com. If you want hard copy catalogs and you want to know about how to sell tailgating products. And here's my friend Kevin Walsh, who runs Showdown. Here's a little thing that he's just showing you about all these tariffs and all the confusion on the tariffs. This is from last May when this started. After May 2nd, well, this is what, 3 months ago, after May 2nd, they're going to cancel the $800 exemption policy. So I think that they've come back off that, but I don't know. But it doesn't matter. If you fall for these little gimmicks that have been used by other suppliers, you will end up having to pay. When this changes, you'll have to pay the increase and the penalties. Don't fall for tariff selling scams. Showdown makes its products in America. You don't have any tariffs because they come out of Minnesota. You don't have to worry about getting bitten on the back end when tariff policies change. I hope that explains that. That's the best I can do. It is time to sell mats now for holiday events. Miles in Wadsworth at logomatsllc.com. Go out and call on your customers for Halloween mats, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah. Mats will be a big way to open the door, selling one mat and then selling that customer other products for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and the holidays. 5% off an order, a coupon from Logo Mats. I'll bet you haven't been selling holiday mats. Great way to get in front of customers. Now here's a holiday product thing. Just put this in here from Ad Capital. These old Dow wall calendars. I bet you haven't sold those in forever. Well, go out and show those to people. They'll go, oh, that is so cool. I hadn't seen those forever. And they also make Christmas stockings, Santa hats, whatever it is you need for holiday products. Ad Capital, sales team at adcapital.com, has all kinds of little products for the holidays. Now, here are Christmas ornaments, holiday ornaments that are coming for Burlingame. These will not be ready until October. So don't email Burlingame about getting them. You email me, Don at sellpromoproducts.com, and say, Don, I'd love to have those ornaments when they're available. And as soon as the ornament samples are ready, I will have Burlingame send them to you. But these are great for holiday packages to use as to say who is providing the gift. They're great for Christmas trees, Hanukkah festivals, you name it. If you want these samples, you can email me. I'm happy to get them for you. And the point of this is you should send text to people like that get to the point. Holiday ornaments last forever and easy to mail. Text that with a sample, with a copy of one of these products, not saying I'm cheap, blah, blah, blah. This is a product that lasts forever. And then I'll put my card, my Don Sanders card in the middle, and contact me today for samples. This is the kind of thing you need to be doing now to get these holiday sales going. Really, remember, email me if you'd like to have the samples. You need to develop a concise and consistent marketing program. Now, here's my Vantage lookbook links again, sales at vantageapparel.com. If you will send these out, I swear, you will get orders. This Bernie, I have never sold any Bernie, but I guarantee you, I looked at that's cool products. Send that to your customer, that lookbook, and they're going to say, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could get Bernie imprinted. Sets you apart and makes you a legitimate distributor against sellers that use cheap embroidery people and ones that don't imprint so well. Sales at vantageapparel.com. Here's my Crystal D sample offer again. I apologize to Todd Phillips for not playing his video, but here is the information on how to get a free spec sample. And when we get through with this webinar, I will be sending out the, if you'd like to have the replay, if you'll send me a request, and I will send you his video. It only runs 30 seconds. I feel so bad about that. But this is the opportunity from Crystal D. Now, here are our webinar provider contacts for the webinar. This is everyone that I have talked about on the screen. Crystal D Awards, which I goofed up. There's the email there if you want that spec sample. Pencil samples down at the bottom. Custom clips. Here we are again. Last time I mentioned custom clips, but right here on the left, as you can see, is the spec sample offer. You can take advantage of that. The Advantage Apparel lookbooks are sales at vantageapparel.com. Inform Graphics, that bucket, that's an American-made company, family-owned. Email Terry and just ask her for a sample. There's our Apple CarPlane screen cleaner, the Ad Capital samples, pen machine. They have the free lapel pen sample. Apple products from Sunjoy. Want those Showdown catalogs, logo match trainer sample month of the product sample of the month, Southern Plus. They have 2025 catalogs too. Wounded Warrior Post-it note, Quickie products, Alexis Springs, Brian at alexissprings.com. Remember, sell water, not stupid containers made out of bauxite or glass. Cloth Promotions, Oodle Band samples, Burlingame, all those USA products they have, that little innovation line stuff there from Chris at innovation-line.com. And here's the ones. And all I can say is I really appreciate you tuning in today. I apologize about the Crystal D thing. I feel bad about that. And next month we're going to have a webinar, and I believe next month is going to be specifically about selling holiday gifts. So if you'd like to have a replay of the webinar, it's done at sellpromoproducts.com. As soon as I get it downloaded, I will be sending it to you. And all I can tell you is I really appreciate you listening to me. I try real hard at this, and everything in these webinars, I don't make this stuff up. I do it. I do these things. I don't copy it from other trainers, et cetera, because I really would like for you to do well. This industry's been good for me, and I try and give back by doing these webinars. And the suppliers that I should tell you about They will never, ever let you down because I don't fool with shady suppliers or ones I find off the internet that have cheaper prices. I want to thank you for that. And I will see you next month. And if you want the replay, send me an email and I'll send you that. And I'll send you the Crystal D video. I'm honored you were here today, and I will talk to you another time. Thanks.